Operation Cleanup has begun. Hello, everyone. I'm Beef.
Drew.
Happy to have you with us for After Drill. Operation Cleanup has begun from the Ramsey camp after Tweetgate 2018. Now the cleanup process has begun as the Jags PR staff is tweeting out that Jalen wants to retire a Jaguar. And, of course, for the third or fourth time this season, we've heard about his beautiful house he's building at the Marsh. And, look, I think Jalen realizes that tweet yesterday and the following Instagram post has not been well received, and that it was probably poor form on his part to run with that one. And I think he's probably a little remorseful. And I think just as much the reaction, the people that are immediately reacting should probably sit back and take a quick time out and maybe let's run a few plays with you on the bench. Because people were trying to tweet through it, and the rage was showing, man. It was out in full force yesterday.
I mean, we were pissed, but it's not like I'm not like let's trade him.
Right. I mean, I had people telling me let's cut the guy, let's trade him immediately.
Let's cut him. Oh my God.
Somebody asked me if they could trade Ramsey for Joe Flacco.
Oh my God. I don't.
Flacco.
If we cut Ramsey or traded him for like Nick Foles or Joe, I don't know how I could. I mean, like I still would be, but I'd have a really tough time looking at myself in the mirror in the morning and be like, I'm a Jaguars fan.
Look,
it would be terrible.
Jalen, part of what makes Jalen good when he's good, and look, he's not having his best year. We get it. He hasn't been spectacular this year. Now, by his standards, he's had a pretty okay year, but he hasn't been spectacular. Hasn't been the heights at which he was the previous season, and thus the flag waving he did all offseason with his couple of interviews he gave, painted this big target on his back. So when he doesn't play well, people are going to come after him. And
that's my main thing. Like Jalen, bro, like we would have all been content with All-Pro Jalen or like top 5 corner Jalen, but like you did this. Like you ran your mouth to the point to when you have just like, like I said, like a top 5 corner year, top 10 corner year instead of like the best corner by far. You ran your mouth so much that you've made it a story anytime you're even beat on one pass. Like like don't blame us. Like you put these expectations out there.
That's been the issue, is that he painted a target on his back. He created an issue by saying these things, by calling out quarterbacks by name and saying how bad they were, saying that Ben Roethlisberger's mediocre and he's made better by Antonio Brown, saying that Matt Ryan is just average. He says these things, and it makes people want to take shots right back at him and knock him down a peg when he's struggling, and he's struggling, and his team's struggling. And Jalen, being an emotional guy and a reactionary guy, probably fired off a tweet yesterday emotionally that he probably would regret, and now he's not going to admit that he regrets it because he's not that type of guy. But I'm sure he probably
I will also say
regrets
this:
the decision.
Him building the house in Marsh Landing or whatever is not really.
Cool.
Guess what? The dude is going to be super duper rich. Right. He can build a house wherever the hell
he wants. He can build another house.
He can build another house.
He built a house in Marsh Landing. He also, I believe, bought a condo in Nashville.
Yeah,
so if the house in Marsh doesn't work out, you can go to the condo in Nashville.
Doesn't matter. Any talk, by the way, about Leonard's post? Anybody talk about that at all? Did anybody see that?
What did Leonard post?
Leonard.
I think we were all too blinded by Jalen Ramsey to.
Leonard, I'm back on the Leonard trade.
I love Leonard.
This is what Leonard said. Kind of feels like a little bit of a dig. You tell me. He says, "I promise I ain't switching sides with my brothers for eternity. I only posted this pic to show y'all. No matter how the dice roll, bet on yourself. Even when you in the hole, come back throwing licks. I got us." And it's all them kneeling down.
It was when Leonard did his touchdown celebration of the Craps game. Look, sure.
I'm just saying.
Look, and Leonard, obviously, when Leonard was back, it was a difference. It felt like a different Jaguar offense with Leonard on the field. Obviously,
my point being is that's how I want. Look, it's a business, I understand, but while you're on this team and stuff's not going your way, that's how I want you to act. Don't. Oh, you gonna miss me when I'm gone? LOL. I'm gonna block everybody. He blocks random people, by the way.
Does he?
Like I have friends who, I blocked all the media members. Like we're still here. Lower level.
Good as gold.
But I got friends who tweeted like one thing at him, like Jalen, what the hell, man? And it's like blocked.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
Well, I will say this: if you're Twitter guy, if you're Twitter dude, unless you're engaging a guy for opinions or or it's just casual conversation. Any kind of criticism you have about a professional athlete, don't at him.
Yeah, I don't at him. What's the
don't
point?
at the guy.
Yeah.
Don't at the guy. It's like,
and everybody will take
don't
it as
at
like everybody takes it as like, oh, well, that's weak that you're not adding him. It's like, no, it's just my opinion. I'm not like trying to roast the dude. I'm just like, it's my opinion.
Don't at the guy.
I'm pissed off at him. I don't care.
Look, I've been there. I wanted to add guys. Don't add the guy.
Especially, by the way, for all of you, stop adding college athletes.
That's bush.
You clowns.
Leave those dudes alone.
They're 18 to 22 years old.
Right.
Most of y'all are grown-ass men.
Yeah.
And you're like, I see more people adding DeAndre Francois about how he sucks during a football. It's nuts to me, dude. The kid is like 21. Y'all are like, half of y'all are like 50-year-old dudes.
Yeah, stop it.
It's embarrassing. Tweet about it all you want, but... Ugh.
Speaking of hot takes and being better than this, this morning during the drill we were talking obviously a little bit about Jalen Ramsey and a little bit about Blake Bortles, a little bit about the struggles of the Jaguars season at large, and trying to get things right down the stretch here in what seems to be a lost season. And I got what I don't want to speak in hyperbole, Drew, but might be the worst take I've ever received in the history
I saw this.
of the text line. I got hit up. I'm not going to call anybody out by names. I don't even know the person's name. But I got a text from a dude who said, I'm paraphrasing here. I don't have the quote in front of me, but that the defense, led by Jalen, he did say, led by Jalen, is tanking intentionally right now to get Blake out. That they believe Blake can't bring them back in games, and they want Blake out, and the only way to do so is for them to tank and lose and get rid of Blake.
That guy just sits in his house.
That's a hot trash take.
For 18 hours a day with the lights off and watches conspiracy theories.
That's a garbage take. And by the way, if I was a betting man, if I had money to wager on the Jaguar quarterback situation for 2019, I would wager that your starting quarterback is the one you've got right now. It's going to be Blake. It's going to be Blake again next year. Get ready for it. Because there's probably not going to just rub Drew's leg a little bit. Essential.
Okay. Yeah. Sensual that.
There's not going to be a change at the top, most likely. Tom Coughlin will be back. Dave Caldwell, in all likelihood, will be back. And that means those two guys believe in Blake. Will there maybe be a change behind him? I don't know. But will Blake Bortles be the quarterback in 2019? Most likely, yes.
I think Blake Bortles will be the quarterback in 2019. I think...
Will the leash be incredibly short?
Sure.
Maybe so.
I'm sure you'll draft somebody...
middle rounds.
I'm sure you'll draft somebody, but here I'll say this in my personal opinion, with the way last year's draft is trending, and now all these posts, you look back and like the Leonard Fournette pick, and it's like really the only pick you really nailed is Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah,
and that's because
this year he struggled.
And to be quite frank, I mean Twitter could have made the pick for Jalen Ramsey.
Right,
doesn't take.
I mean, literally. Everybody who was on Twitter during that draft was sitting there, whatever your
praying to Buddha,
praying, whatever your faith is, begging, pleading, praying that the Dallas Cowboys would take Ezekiel Elliott. So by some stroke of fate, Jalen Ramsey would be available for you in number 5, and he was.
Like the only
that's
reason,
how obvious a pick it was.
The only reason Dave Caldwell did good in that draft is because the Dallas Cowboys were dumb enough not to take Ramsey, and then. The rest of the league was dumb enough to let Miles Jack slide to 36.
Yes.
That's all. I mean, other than that, I mean,
and those are two guys who are super talented.
And Ngakoue too. But I mean, Ngakoue hasn't done anything this year.
Right. I mean, he's balling hard, but he's not.
Like
nobody's producing.
Yeah, he's not. I shouldn't say
the numbers aren't there.
I shouldn't say he's not doing anything. But
the box score numbers aren't showing up. You're not getting the sacks. You're not getting the tackles for loss. You're not getting the strip sacks. You're not getting those things. I mean, what in the hell? Don't stand there and shake your head. Make an appearance. Help the product. Help the brand. Ladies and gentlemen.
Your hat on backwards.
Daniel Patrick
Not
Hicken.
very professional.
Hello.
Hello, fellas.
Same pose every time he comes in.
I like the shirt though. That's kind of what is that? It looked like a Tiffany box.
It's Adidas.
Yeah.
I need Brooksy on After Drill to vent his
we need
frustrations.
Brooksy to promote After Drill on the gram. He's a hit.
Yes.
Get Brooksy on the gram.
Star.
Pump it up. Thank you, Dan.
What are y'all talking about?
We're talking about
Dave Caldwell.
The quarterback situation for 2019 is people are saying, oh, we've got to draft a quarterback, we've got to draft a quarterback. So if I was a gambling man, I think it's still going to be 5.
Oof.
They may draft a guy, but
We'll draft the guy, but I mean, it's gonna.
This is what it's become.
this is where we're at.
2019 talk.
Oh, yeah.
2019 talk.
We're done.
5 or die.
We're done.
Love you, Danny.
See you, boys.
Dan Hicken may, in the next day or two, keep your ears tuned, kids. He's going to drop a hit on you.
Sure.
He's got one. He's been penning it. He's so proud of this song that
Is
he's
it about
been penning.
Jack Sorrows?
It's a sorrowful Jag song. He's given you sneak peeks throughout the last couple of weeks during the Top 5 at 8, because every time one of my Top 5 at 8 song rotation ditties is the Imagine Dragon song.
Is it
Natural.
Is it something that's going to be pre-planned to where Jeff Prosser can call out that day and not be there for the song?
No.
Jeff Prosser is going to have to sit. He'll walk away.
No, we'll drop it on Jeff.
He'll walk away.
Yeah.
That's actually something people ask me a lot. They're like, Jeff gets so mad at your dad sometimes.
I'll just say this.
So walk away.
I'll just say this. If you've heard the Imagine Dragon song Natural,
Yes.
just say that it's a Dan Hicken parody song of that, and it features the words horrible, deplorable, and affordable. So just buckle up. It's coming. It's going to be a good one. You're going to love it. I mean, it's so, I'll say this. There's been a couple times that the maestro has written a song, even produced the song, and then pulled the plug on the song because he felt it was too negative, too harsh, that it was going to do damage to the brand. And I feel like there is a slim chance that this may be one of those songs that'll live in Dan Hicken lore as a what could have been Dan Hicken B-side that maybe never makes the air. We'll see.
By the way, it's Le'Veon Bell Day. Is he reporting? Who knows?
No, he's not. He's going to sit out the whole day.
I am
one of the dumbest moves in history.
I thought I had pulled off one of the great highway heists in fantasy football history.
You stole him late, right?
It was
him.
literally, here's what happened. So it was week 6, I guess.
I'd have done it too.
A buddy of mine was trying to trade me for him, and I was like, I don't really want him, but I had like Keenan Allen, Julio, Kupp, and Thielen, so like I could get rid of like one top receiver because I didn't need all of them. And I was like, well, Le'Veon Bell. I mean, I don't know when he's coming back, man. I don't know if I want to. So I find out right before he does that I get the update Le'Veon Bell to report during Week 8 Steelers bye. Me being the scheming fantasy owner that I am, I sent him a text and I said, I just sent you Keenan Allen for Le'Veon Bell. Accept it now, or I'm trading him for. I forget. I think I was going to go Johnson, Cardinals guy.
Right.
David Johnson. He goes, he sees it, and I'm not kidding, because I saw it on Twitter, and like within 15 seconds of him accepting it, I got that update on everyone that if you had the ESPN app that everybody gets, and he texts me and starts freaking out, and he's like, no! And I thought I had pulled off one of the greatest heists of all time. Big Mike, don't ever say I never did anything for you. I gave you Keenan Allen for free. Le'Veon Bell's done nothing. And he's not coming. But it did prompt me to trade Chris Carson for James Conner because everybody thought Le'Veon was coming back. And I was like, well, I'll just take both of them. And so it kind of worked out because James Conner just is absurd. So it sucks that I got Le'Veon on the bench for nothing, but at least I have James Conner.
So there's that.
It almost helps me more if Le'Veon doesn't come back because then James Conner just keeps getting all the carries rather than them splitting and both of them not scoring that.
What about John Connor? He's our only hope for the future. On that note, we'll call it a day. We appreciate you kids tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow for a Hump Day edition. Tune into the drill, get smart, and maybe the new Dan Hicken ditty. We'll have to wait and see.
Some Pikachu investigation.
A little Detective Pikachu for you. I'm not going to lie, I'm excited about it.
I'm going to watch it.
It looks creepy as hell, but I'm excited
I'm going to watch it.
Ryan
Reynolds is Pikachu.
I'm a Ryan Reynolds stan to begin with. So you put Ryan Reynolds on Pikachu, I'm in, dog. I'm in. I'm in all the way. I'm in. I'll be there. Love you, Bye. Pika, Pika!